my Geminis out there. How y'all doing? So the Mercury borns are the ones that essentially get the videos first this week, because us Mercury us Mercurials, Geminis and Virgos are essentially doing everybody else in with these numbers. So cards that I come up with for the Geminis are the Strength, Six of Swords, Ten of Cups, Four of Cups, Nine of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, the Sun, King of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, and last but not least, we have the Five of Swords. So what I'm seeing here for the Geminis, Gemini's putting aside some sort of love affair that you may have had with someone. And when I say love affair, I don't necessarily mean actual affair where you were helping them cheat, but I do mean something where it wasn't necessarily really going anywhere, and a lot of you Geminis decided to walk away from this. And this is evidence of you walking away. And Ten of Cups represents you putting it over your shoulder, throwing it over your shoulder and not looking back. Understanding that it is done, and there is nothing that you or anyone can say or do to stop it, because you realize just how done this relationship that you're getting out of, or you walked away from, whether it's recently or sometime before, but not too much time. It's actually that over. And then you have the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups. Hold on. The Four of Cups and the Nine of Cups represents, this person is expecting you to come back, but because you may have went back to them before, but a lot of you Geminis aren't planning on coming back at all. The relationship is over. And the Page of Swords, the Sun, King of Swords, now represents you're determined to move forward, as well as not to continue to make the same mistakes again. Okay. Meanwhile, the Seven of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, this person is expecting you to come back so that they can do the same thing to you again, which is basically treat you like trash. Because as I said before, Gemini, the zodiac signs that deal with sadomasochism, abuse, and stuff like this is Gemini, Virgo, Scorpio, and Pisces. So those are the zodiac signs that deal with it the most. You got to understand, the zodiac signs, the two zodiac signs that originates sadomasochism is really Virgo. But obviously Pisces is on the opposite spectrum of Virgo, so Pisces too. And Gemini shares a planet with Virgo too. So it all has the commonality. And then you have Scorpio. Scorpio and Virgo used to be one zodiac sign. So it's that connection, that Virgo connection is where it comes from. You understand what I'm saying? Or being Virgos. But let's get into it. Why? Because Virgo has to figure out for themselves where the boundaries. Same thing with you Geminis. Yeah, you're mutable. Yeah, you're air. But as I said before, air signs are the ones that are too attached. And the air signs have to learn how to disattach. See, this is what I'm talking about. You incarnate as whatever element you incarnate to figure out a way through the natural weaknesses that your element present itself to be. So for air signs, it's about learning how to detach. So you're already born into it, attached to your family, attached to the people who you inherited, people who you were born with, and then you have to learn how to essentially separate yourself from the silly, idiotic stereotypes, discrepancies, dysfunction that the planet has to offer, and you have to slowly but surely kind of detox yourself from that and separate yourself from that. That's what the air signs have to do. The water signs have to learn to not be so attached to their feelings to the point where it becomes self-destructive as well as destructive to other people, and it becomes dangerous, right? The earth signs have to learn to attach themselves into some form, shape, form, or fashion in the sense of find what's important to them. So it's actually the earth signs are spiritual. But see, the thing is that the earth signs have to learn to fight for something on the physical realm here that you see that is important to us, right? Something that we can actually say, okay, this is what I rock with. With the air signs, it's the opposite. You're already super attached to the things that you inherited, and particularly people when it comes to air signs, right? But you have to learn that people are flawed and that most people are already operating on a level of hypocrisy. So a lot of the times the people who you look up to as your, and I'm kind of telling a lot on Geminis, but because I have Aquarius in my chart, but the people who you look up to, ultimately your biggest heroes are your family members and your friends, and like the people who are the closest to you, right? People who you inherited. But then there's this saying that says that you shouldn't meet your heroes, meaning you shouldn't meet your heroes for you, Geminis, in the sense that you shouldn't hang around them because you realize that not only are they flawed, that's okay to be flawed. Everybody is flawed. No one is perfect. But there's a difference between red flags and being imperfect. Imperfect is everything that ever existed physically, right? Everything that ever physically incarnated. There's just a degree of imperfection with it. That's okay. Everything has that. But then we're talking about red flags. A red flag is a situation where it's a character flaw. So, and then with fire signs have to learn courage, because fire signs are usually very cowardly, right, when they're younger, and they have to grow up quickly, and they have to learn how to face their fears at a very young age, because they're often thrusted into dangerous situations that put them to perform, right? So to clarify the Five of Swords, we have the Five of Swords, Empress, Queen of Cups, just to draw another one because you can't define it with the same card, the Magician. So the Empress, Queen of Cups, Magician. So like I said before, this person thinks that they're slick and that they're pulling a fast one on you, but ultimately it's going to backfire on them. Just as long as you Geminis have a good head on your shoulders and realize that they don't necessarily really want you, and to keep it pushing, and that you are on the right track, and to have dignity and self-respect. The Queen of Cups, as long as you have those things, you should be all right. And also, don't forget to detox yourself and find out what's going on with you emotionally, so it doesn't become dangerous to yourself and other people in the future because you're holding grudges against someone who didn't necessarily do anything to you in the future because of the past. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Really appreciate it. I'm Kareemspiritworks, and when I'm having fun, I'm the best in the world.